I've been hanging the 2x8 floor joist. I'm doing a section or a bay at a time. And I'm going ahead as I put the joist in, I go ahead and I'm putting the hangers on there to keep me from having to go back and crawl underneath and over. Makes it so much easier. I've got this section where the joist comes into the dragon girt, and I just happen to have some joist hangers that are made exactly for this application, and I had exactly enough. These are some I had left over from a log house we did on the Arkansas River. Oh goodness, well over 30 years ago. And I had these left over and I had just enough to use them here. There's a left and a right hand hanger. You have to have two different ones per joist. And they work really well. I'm on the D-wall side. I've got one section already put in. I've got this section and then the ones that come in to the dragon girt left to do. And I've already got these right here are already pre-cut, so I'm ready to put them in. I'm putting a little block on top, which helps hold this up and keeps it flush, the top of the joist flush with the top of the girder. Since I'm working by myself, I do a lot of things to help myself along, make it easier. And I'm having to pre-drill everything since this is oak. I've laid all these out on a 16-inch center on these joists. Now I can just put the rest of them in. I'm using a 3.5-inch torque screw. I use a lot of them. Now I'm ready to put a hanger on. I'm squeezing these shut just a little bit. I'm tapping the bottom side of this to make sure it's up tight on this side here. Sometimes they get a little bit cocked. And I'm using a quick clamp to just pull that up there. There we go. Okay, so that takes care of this section, and now I'm on the one that'll take a little bit of time. This one will be a little bit slower. There's quite a bit more work involved in this one. I'll be having to cut a 45 on the ends of all the ones of the joist that comes up against this dragon girt. I'm cutting the joist that goes in up against the dragon girt. Now this board here, it's got a cup in it, and what I'm going to do is take my power planer, my little one, and just flatten this down, because when I cut a 45 on there, I need to have this flat to get a nice cut. So I'm just going to shave this down. And I can check it with my framing square. That's pretty flat now. So I can go ahead and mark that. I've been clamping these so that I can keep both hands on my saw. Now I can get my length 60 5/8 shy. I'm gonna flatten that just a little bit too. That's ready to go put up now. Done got another one made. So here we go. Well, this is the last one. Thank the Lord for that. Not sure I can get enough leverage in here. See if I can get out here and put a little pull on that. Yeah, I can. Okay, back under one more time. I think I'll pitch this bit when I'm through here. They do wear out. One more hanger and this deal's done. And I've got two left. There it is. They're all in. Thank the Lord for that. They're done and I'm just about done. I'm glad to have this little project done. This part of the porch. Really happy with the way that turned out. Quite a bit of oak. I think that'll be strong enough to hold up a floor. Hope it will, but anyway, I think it's strong enough. I think I have figured it's going to take about 112 8-foot 2x6 red cedar to floor this. Now I've got to start cutting red cedar.